Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning. Good morning.
Yes, welcome back. And of course, thank you so much for staying with us here on Tobago Updates Television. It's Friday, the 1st of September, yesterday after we celebrated our independence. Of course, I had a wonderful day there yesterday, seeing the parade. This time in Trinidad for the very first time. I normally watch the parade in Tobago, but it was an experience viewing it in Trinidad. I know that you guys would have done same. I'm still in my celebratory mood with my Trinidad and Tobago jersey on this morning, and I trust that you guys had a wonderful day, and I expect that you're going to have a really good day again today. One guest this morning talking football out of FC Pheonix. Let me say good morning to, I guess, Nigel de Souza.
Morning.
Yes, so Nigel de Souza with us this morning talking sports. Yes, FC Pheonix, for you guys who may not know, I mean, by now you should know that Pheonix are top in the table in the Trinidad and Tobago Football League Tier 2. Yes, Nigel, good feeling.
Good morning. Yeah, of course, but the job isn't finished.
The job isn't finished.
No, it's not.
Top of the table, unbeaten. You have the league's leading goal scorer. I mean, just your general feeling as a coach, and I mean, tell me about the feeling of the team as well.
The team is in a good mood, but obviously the job is only halfway there. Of course, it's good to play unbeaten again because we played unbeaten last year as well. But I mean, it's just the development of the team. That's the most proudest thing for me. Seeing young men perform the way they perform, or are willing to give themselves to the coach to be able to coach them as hard as I want to. So it's a good feeling just seeing them grow and develop.
Wait, I mean, you seem like a very young person, right? And you mentioned a while ago there having the respect of the team, and they are also youngsters. I mean, this is 2023, and we know how young people can be in terms of being rebellious and not wanting to train and put in the hard work. How have you managed to gain the respect of your players and to get them to play how you want them to play?
Well, first of all, thanks to Terry Williams for allowing me the opportunity to take over the senior team.
So Terry Williams, of course, the founder of 1976
Of course. He's now the technical director for the club. So he gave me the opportunity to coach the senior team. Most of these guys, a good percentage, I coach them at youth level.
At youth level.
So the transition from now to then allowed it to be a little easier. And then obviously, for the senior guys, if you know what you're speaking about and you can show you know what you're speaking about, then they'll give you the respect. Because it's football. Of course, if you go there and you're fumbling and you're not sure and your training sessions are not educating them in some way, then they'll show it. So I think it's been a marriage between the youngsters who have coached at youth level, and then obviously senior men saying, hey, look, this guy knows what he's speaking about, so we could follow that.
Yeah, and you have played as well.
Yeah, of course. I played a little bit as well with Pheonix. I mean, so but my playing career has been nowhere close to my coaching career. So I've been a better coach.
I like that. So you're right now you're hitting us Sir Alex Ferguson.
Something so.
I like that.
I'm working on it.
In terms of your support staff, I mean, obviously, managing a team such as Pheonix, a big team as Pheonix, and playing in the Trinidad and Tobago Football League Tier 2, you will need that support staff.
Yeah, definitely. I'm shout out to them. My general manager and team manager, Huey. Assistant coaches, Joel, Allen, and Shelton Williams. And they played, so it's good to have their support as well. They know the game, and obviously no one man is an island, and they have been great. And then obviously Coach Terry Williams' unique background. Whenever I need the songboard, you could always knock on his door.
Yeah, shout out to Terry Williams, because I can tell you, when I moved to Kinambonaccord, I lived in Kinambonaccord for like 20 years. Moved from Castara, I lived in Kinambonaccord for 20 years. And I play cricket, and of course. I mean, Kinambonaccord Sports Club, big up to Kinambonaccord Sports Club. And I can tell you, every single day, we go to train down there, Coach Terry is there with the youngsters. And I'm happy that he has actually transitioned. And of course, the succession plan has been put in place. And now you are taking over, continuing the tradition of Pheonix, because Pheonix been winning titles.
Definitely.
Right? You spoke about playing unbeaten last year. That's with the Tobago team.
Correct.
And of course, most of the guys who played there last with the Tobago team are now into this national team.
Yes, correct.
Well, I call it national because you're playing in Trinidad. What was the goal of Pheonix heading into this national competition? Because you know when you go up against the Trinidad teams, they are I'm going to say they're more focused sometimes and better prepared because they have more to do in Trinidad than in Tobago. I mean, what was your goal and the management's goal entering this competition? Was it to be on the top of the table? Was it to win the league?
I mean, you always, I think you go into any competition wanting to win, but at the same time, you never know how it will go.
Yeah.
Especially with the age of our team. Our captain is 23.
Right. So who's the captain?
Javon Williams.
Javon, like Pokemon.
The Pokemon one. Right?
Yes.
But we have the senior guys like Leandro and Jem. And I mean, we brought in a couple of players to add that experience to the young core that we already have. What our aim, and we continue to push for that, Tobago don't have a professional team. Yeah,
and I look just not to cut you off because I'm looking here, Rouge Sports Bar.
Definitely.
Sports Bar and just this week also. Yeah, of course, big up Rouge Sports Bar. Just this week also, you guys the unveiling of a new uniform and of course a new sponsor. How important is this sponsorship to the club?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while that we really had a sponsor come on board. And you always need corporate sector to definitely get involved because you can't get everything from the government. And they are being part of the community. We have guys who just go there. but no, I mentioned that. But no, it's been good. It's been good. Those guys, I mean, they wear the uniform just for the short while and they love it. They're definitely looking forward to wearing it in the semi-finals.
Yeah, and you think this sponsorship would have come about based on what you guys have achieved thus far in the season?
I hope not. That's not the only reason why they come on board. But I mean, obviously, success brings people. May not be all the people they want all the time, but definitely brings people to the table. And when you're looking for sponsorship, you have to show them that the product you're putting out is something worth getting involved in. And we have been grateful and thankful enough that we have been able to play unbeaten so far and definitely happy for the sponsorship. Yeah,
so before I come back to your goal this season, I want to shout out to Rouge Sports Bar and of course the people behind the scene in terms of seeing FC Pheonix as a viable marketing tool to support, and I'm calling on all other sporting, not sporting, but corporate Tobago to jump on board, not just with Pheonix, but other sporting teams, because as you mentioned, not just government, we need the support of the corporate sector, and I'm really happy to see that they have jumped on board in this regard in giving uniforms. And I know that you guys will make this company a bigger company than it already is in that sense. So getting back to your goal, because obviously you plan for a season, not just to train and to compete, but you want to set yourself goals, realistic goals. I want to get here at the end of the season. I want to be unbeaten. I want to probably get in the top 2, the top 4. What was your goal or the team's goal?
To be number one.
To be number one. I like that. And of course,
I mean, why aim for anything less? We believe that one, we have the young talent, but two, we have the experience of players who have played at this level. And why not us? If anybody else should do it, coming out at Tobago. Pheonix have always been a team that have campaigned well throughout Super League years and transitioned into this new type of league. Why not us? Yeah,
fantastic. And you mentioned the age of your captain, 23. What's the average age group of the team?
Average age could be around 23,
23 years of age.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the guys, we have guys who played under 20 with me last year for the Tiger Tanks.
Right.
And then obviously we have guys who couldn't play there, but they were like 21, 22, 23. Yes. So that's been the average age. We have a couple of luck guys, but those are the minority.
Yeah. And in terms of the team, all the players from Kingdom Monaco come point?
No. Obviously we have a couple of guys from outside, but the main...
But they would have passed through the coaching academy in Pheonix?
Not all. We have a couple of guys who imported from different like Plymouth. But the core of the team is Kingdom Monaco.
Yeah. And I mean, at the age 23, today, fellas like to go zest party, who like to go on the beach, of course, traveling gills. I mean, how have you been able to keep this team together in a festive season? Because we had July, August here, and so many different activities taking place, not only in Tobago, but also in Trinidad.
Yeah.
I mean, that must have been a Herculean effort from you and your management to keep the guys focused on what you guys would have set out at the beginning of the season.
Two things. One, more shout out management for this part.
Yeah.
They have done a great job in terms of communication with the guys. And then two, the guys have a self-driven attitude. When you're captain, he leads by example. He's not a big talker, but he's always there, he's always pushing, he was always coming and putting the work.
Yeah.
And I mean, we are finding the balance between how much we allow them to, hey, look, we know that have a little time coming up.
yes.
If training is 4, okay, we're going on. We come out 2, we put in some work, and then all could go ahead 4. So you have to find that balance, because young people...
Reverse psychology, I like that one.
So
I like that
we
one.
definitely try to have that balance with them. So we could, hey, look, all in all, they want to party Saturday. We train in Friday evening. All right, coach, man, coming out. So you have to find balance.
I like that
You have to find balance.
I mean, you're the league leading goal scorer from Pheonix, Jem Gordon, right?
Definitely.
And Jem would have played, I think it was Police in the Pro League. Pro League, and of course, I think he got called up already for the national team. And I'm now hearing that Javon is the captain. I mean, there was no decision there in terms of giving Jem the captaincy, or was it that situation to motivate the other guys from Tobago? Hey, Javon is captain, and all that. I mean, you guys can.
Right, so we have last year the captaincy was Leandro is the club captain.
Right.
Jem was one of the vice captains last year. This year, he initially was supposed to go back to Police.
Oh, right.
So we had to make a decision as to how do we delegate. Leandro would have said, hey, look, I believe Pokemon is...
He should have displayed the leadership qualities.
Right, throughout. And we should, you you want young persons to believe that the work have been noticed.
I like that.
So we decided to so Leandro is still the club captain. Pokemon is the team captain. So we have that leadership. And then Duvan Daniel is the vice captain, which is the goalkeeper.
Right.
He's about 23 as well.
Yeah, I like
so
you
want to motivate the youngsters. You want to give them that opportunity to show that, hey, look, we have been growing and playing, and we want to lead as well. So
fantastic, and congratulations there to Duvan and of course Javon. Nigel, the next step here, right? You mentioned that it's not over as yet. So you would have completed all your preliminary games. Top of the table. What's the next step?
Well, we beat on the semi-finals. They have a couple of games to complete the top 6.
Right.
So we just prepare as best as we could until we get a final date. Right. And once we get that, then we can ramp back up our preparations. But so far, I mean, we've been managing well in terms of keeping the boys focused. So it's just when we have final date, then we could plan specifically for that.
And you're not sure exactly when it's going to happen, because it's difficult to be preparing and then you're not sure when it's going to be this match, because sometimes the players might ask questions, coach, what really going on, excited, and sometimes when you have a momentum, you don't want that to stop. It's been a month now, or less than a month that you have played the last game?
About close. For us, it's always control or take a control.
Right.
We can't control when the games will play, and we know the flight situation would have been a big reason why a couple of the games wasn't played. Sunday, they're supposed to play Guaya versus Bethel. Guaya's supposed to come up. And when that happens, we're supposed to get a better picture of how the table might shape out. As of now, we're supposed to play on the 9th. But that isn't guaranteed.
That's tentative.
That's tentative. So we should get a better word from the league probably after this weekend game. We should have a better idea of when we should play. But tentatively, we're on the 9th. In terms of the motivation and keeping them guys focused, obviously it's disappointing when you can't get to play. But at the same time, we also know what the end goal is. And those guys, despite the disappointment, are not keeping that momentum. And said the rest have been good.
Yes.
We have guys
the rest have been, and there's some injuries as well.
Yeah, definitely. Which we do some treatment on, but we will stay focused. I don't think that once we get our final date, the smile on them guys' face will ramp back up and we're ready to go again.
If I get to the format, because I saw you guys doing ice baths as well too. That's really good, because I mean, clubs in Tobago or teams in Tobago, because when you're a club, you have an executive and all these different things. I mean, you just go and play and you don't treat your body in that particular way. So that was really good of you guys. What I want to get at you in terms of the format for this competition, I can tell you I am not too pleased with that format at all, because trust me, when it comes to a knockout, it's even on the day, especially when you have nothing to lose, right? So the format is basically you play all the games in the 10 teams in the group. It's 10 teams, right? 11 teams, and they play 10 games.
Correct.
And from there, the top 6 go into a kind of knockout. The only advantage is that the team on top, they have a bye into the semi-final. Your thoughts on the format, and was that something that you guys would have agreed upon before, or is it something that would have happened during the season?
All right, so it was agreed upon before. Doesn't mean we voted in favor of it. Obviously, they would have taken a vote on how they want to complete. Now, giving the league just a little leeway here, in the sense that they needed to finish at a particular time. to restart both leagues together. Our position was, look, play one wrong, whoever win it.
Right.
Obviously, other clubs would have voted differently, and we end up with this format. I don't agree with the format, but at the same time, it is the hand we have been dealt, and we need to finish the job.
I don't agree with either, because I mean, a team could come the best on that day and just whoosh, and that is the next season.
Correct, but
but as you said, I mean, that's the hand you guys have been dealt, and you were voted. Nigel, just before we go, right? Any contribution you want to shout out? Anybody you want to mention? I mean, part of your success, and even before, I saw where you have made carry-on calls to get the Kingdom Monaco feel prepared so you can have a home game. Now you have home games, but not at Kingdom Monaco. That must have been frustrating.
It have been, and it's been going on for a while. It started right before the COVID.
Yeah.
It have been in, and we know how COVID went, and then up to last year, we would have called relevant persons asking, hey, could we get the ground, or when will the ground be fixed?
Yeah.
I mean, I know how the government system operates in terms of finances and where allocate, but at the same time, it is difficult having to leave Bonaccord and go Blackrock to train. And
I can tell you about it as well, because we play cricket down there and we haven't been able to play for the last 2 years.
And you just want the home ground fix. I mean, we trying our best. I mean, and sports is such a avenue for young persons, because trust me,
especially Kingdom Monaco.
We lost a couple after that COVID to the streets, and we try not to lose anymore. Having our home ground fixed and being able to play and just play in front of fans, because our fans haven't seen us play a game in Keenan, and you know the fans that's come out in Keenan. Look, for Capture the Flag, and just a side nugget, we played Queen's Park, and it had Capture the Flag the same day. Surprised at the crowd. I said, Keenan and Pheonix have the supporters, and they want to see us play at home at some point. No, I'm happy for the stadium, being able to use the stadium to play our home game, so don't get me wrong at all. But at the same time, we haven't been able to play in Keenan.
Nothing beats a community. I mean, just having it's like an intimate affair. The crowd right on the edge there, and you hear everything they say.
Definitely.
Everything they say.
Well, you know, you have 1,000 coaches, but that's all part of it. That's all
exactly.
Part of it.
And the satisfaction in seeing your team play, fellas right in your community, right in your street, where your neighbor play and scoring and enjoying what they are doing. That's satisfaction.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Nigel, I want to thank you so much for being with us here this morning. I want to wish the team all the best. My team, they say I'm blight, but you guys have been winning. You guys have been winning. So you ain't studying them at all. So big up Pheonix, big up Kingdom Monaco Compoint, big up all the management. I must say, big up to Huey, Joel, and Shelton, and all the guys behind the scenes, keeping those youngsters together, because age 23, average age of 23, them guys like to zest, right? And we are zesting period. And to keep them focused and to be on top of the table and unbeaten. Trust me, I want you guys to finish unbeaten. And we're going to create that history as Pheonix. Guys, thank you so much for being with us on a short program. I've sent a letter to management for our program when it comes to the sports, because I mean, so much we can discuss when it comes to sports, but let's see how that goes, right? I want to show you guys over to Tobago's notes, and of course, after that, Candice Jackson.